I know he's not a racist.
Yeah.
He's my friend.
So
Will a racist be friend with me? Nope.
this is Michael Warnken here at Freedom Fest in beautiful Las Vegas. I am here with
Herman Cain.
yes, and I believe a former presidential candidate. And what's your interest in this lovely event?
Three things: freedom, freedom of speech, and freedom of speech solutions. Because when I gave my remarks last night, of course I reminded them about freedom back when the founding fathers said we've had enough. And freedom of speech, they're trying to squash and kill freedom of speech in this country. The liberals are. And then I'm also affiliated with a company that has a solution to what Facebook has done to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of businesses.
Oh, what's the name of your company?
It's called Feed Me. It's an application
Oh, okay.
developed by Liftable Media. My website is one of the platforms
Okay.
under Liftable Media. We've got over 40 million users, 40 million email people, and Feed Me allows them to come directly to us and not through Facebook to be censored.
So your app has the ability to deal with, handle, or push at least push back against Facebook in their attempt to censor certain what they would consider unwanted points of view.
It doesn't just push back, it handles it, and here's how it does it. I heard Mark Zuckerberg do an interview in front of Congress.
Okay.
He referred to artificial intelligence over 30 times.
Okay.
And artificial intelligence is just a series of algorithms. And a lot of people have been talking about the impact of the algorithm change that they made, but they are doing a whole series of algorithm changes to try and censor and eliminate and silence conservatives. Feed Me isn't artificial intelligence, it is empowered human intelligence.
Okay.
You be the human.
Okay.
You decide what feeds you want, what news you want,
Okay.
when you want it, and
Okay.
it's not censored by Facebook or anybody else.
So does that allow you to go on? I'm just trying to get some understanding. So it allows you to go on the Facebook platform, and I guess you'll have this app with your profile. It'll stop them from trying to shut you off, or I guess the audiences you want to be part of.
It's called an API, an Applications Programming Interface.
Okay.
And we have already secured approval by Facebook that if you are on a Facebook platform, they will let you go directly to Feed Me. That was a major breakthrough.
They let you do that.
Yes, and we got it in writing, Michael.
Wow.
We got it in writing. Yes, they will allow us to do that. It's called an API, Application Programming Interface, and we now have it that they said, okay, now we're not worried about. See, they don't know anything about Feed Me,
Okay.
which is probably why they said so quickly, now you can just let them flow through. But I don't remember the length of the agreement, but they cannot mess with our users coming through Facebook
Yeah.
at all.
Well, yeah, and that's certainly an important issue because it seems like lots of people, and again, if they don't deem that you're, of the right ilk, they certainly you're at the mercy of them. If I can change gears really quick, so you and I were talking earlier. You used to be on the board of directors of the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City. Is that
Correct.
Yeah.
That's right. I was on that board for several years, and eventually became chairman of that board until I had to get off because I was working with Jack Kemp, who was running for
Okay,
vice
yeah.
president of the United States.
Big tax cutter.
That big tax cutter. That's why we got along, But no, I was on that board for a number of years. But a regional board is very different from the board of governors. A regional board only provides input to the board of governors on interest rate changes and what's going on in the economy. That was our biggest benefit.
This is a side question on down that strain. Would you call yourself a gold bug, or do you believe in, say, a gold standard, or something along those lines?
I'm not a gold bug. I'm for a stable dollar.
Okay.
And you can get there many ways.
Okay.
They used to have the gold standard back in the 60s and the early 70s, and somebody got the bright idea, let's eliminate the gold standard. Well, that was a big mistake because that allowed politicians to mess with the currency. I don't agree with that. But the Federal Reserve can pass policies focusing on stabilizing the dollar instead of some of the other things that they focus on.
That's important, but it does seem like having a gold standard is almost stronger than that, or am I wrong?
No, the gold standard would be stronger, but practically getting back to that would be very, very, very difficult because of, one, the national debt, and two, because of many of the fluctuations out there.
Okay.
It would just be very difficult to achieve.
Well, and I'll pitch you a softie here. And how do you feel the president's doing, and monetary policy and other things?
Breaking news announcement. The president is doing great.
Wow.
Okay?
And you weren't censored for saying it?
Forget about all of these Trump haters and all of that kind of stuff. He's doing great. How can you argue with the stock market doing what it's doing? How can you argue with regulatory rollback and how businesses are very happy about that? How can you argue about the fact that we are now an energy independent country and we choose to export some of it? How can you argue with that? How can you argue with the low unemployment rate that we are experiencing? The answer is you can't unless you are a political lunatic.
Well, it seems like, and I'll just go out on a limb, it seems like the way to deal with it is call him a racist, and then that's
all they got.
Yeah.
And I know he's not a racist.
Yeah.
He's my friend.
So.
Will a racist be friend with me? No.
Well,
the answer is no. Racists wouldn't be friends with me.
One more anecdote, and this is just
right.
When you ran for president, I was telling you earlier, I was a really big fan of David Letterman, and I was just upset with the way he attacked you. And I mean, and I got to say, you had so much class the way you dealt with him, and you didn't even have to say that. You just laughed the whole interview. So.
Michael, my approach when I was running for president and even today, try to take the high road.
Yeah.
They make themselves look like idiots with no help from me.
Yeah. You did an excellent job. So.
Thank you, Michael.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. All right.